All right, it is 7:01. I will call the September 26, 2022 Newcastle Select Board meeting to order. Nope, we'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right, moving on, amendments to the agenda, we don't have any of those. Moving on to 4.1, approving the minutes from September 12th, 2022. Do I have a motion to approve? Moved by Tor, do I have a second? Seconded by Karen. Any comments on those minutes?
I want to thank Jody for correcting.
I kind of like Thor better though.
Do you have anything else? That's good, right? All those in favor? All right, passes 5-0. Moving on to item 5, public comments. For items not on the agenda. Have any public comments not on the agenda? Now, Carrie, do you want to? Why don't you introduce yourself, Mr. Carey, just for the folks at home? We all know you, but there might be some new.
Mel Carey, North Newcastle. Have a suggestion for one of the tasks that a forthcoming position might be tasked to undertake. And if you do indeed acquire a time planner, the Hassan Avenue East situation might be something that they might wish to undertake. Back in '97, the town voted to accept the road from it's now Carews back out to the 215. And, there was an attempt to acquire the easements in the road, and a couple of folks that said, nah. And that was a situation where the town could have proceeded because they had authorization. They could have not just folded. They could have actually taken those two areas by eminent domain. They just figured time would cure the situation. Maybe now is enough time to revisit the situation, and I think you'll probably find more of the residents amenable to doing what they agreed to do in '97, which I think is still a legal question for Peter, whether there's any time latches on that, but I think it's probably still alive. So just want to put it forward as something that would help bring road peace in North Newcastle.
Mal, that was voted on at a town meeting in '97.
Yes.
It
Yep.
It wasn't voted on by a town
Yep.
meeting. Regular town meeting. Okay.
And let's see. I've got two copies.
Down?
No,
Hmm?
it was approved.
It was approved.
I think
It was
is my
approved, yeah.
understanding,
Oh, it was approved.
Um,
Okay.
But the all the property owners didn't follow through with.
Okay.
yeah.
We got paperwork that needs to be
Right.
cleaned up.
Mm.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
You got it. Thank you, Mal.
Thanks, Mal.
All right, any other comments? Going once, going twice. All right, moving on to 7.1. approval of interlocal agreement with CLC ambulance. Turn this over to our esteemed town manager. So, let me see.
So a number of towns have already signed off on this agreement. This was proposed by CLC Ambulance. Karen, you're on the board, so feel free to chime in at any point. But proposed several months ago. A question that continues to come up is about Exhibit A of the agreement, which refers to a previous formula that the town was using. I reached out to Nick Bryant, the CLC director, and I'll read you his email assuring us that we are okay. He says the select board can sign the form with Exhibit A as it is according to our attorney. The language in the agreement uses Exhibit A as an example and not as the formula for the duration of the agreement. The language in the agreement allows for the board to modify the formula as they see fit, which means their action at the last meeting is the effective formula, superseding any formula reference in the agreement. So we're okay to sign it as is, but
Yeah, I've got right here the minutes from their last meeting.
Mhm.
Said, blah, 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 blah. Tom Anderson made a motion to use 100% tax evaluation formula, seconded by Peter Goff. This was approved by a vote of 5-1 with South Bristol not in favor. And then a motion was made to keep this formula for 5 years unless there was a 100% vote to revisit the formula funding. So it is right here in their minutes that it is 100% fund based on tax valuation.
I just wanna, I think, just to be crystal clear, I don't think this was ever used. So right now. they're
Right,
using
it has never been
50-50.
used, correct?
Yeah, so this one was proposed and then to be accepting the tax valuations. as the guidance.
this was one of the proposals at the time when they
Yeah.
were
It
drafting.
was a draft, basically.
Karen.
I want to tag team them.
Yeah. That was when I first met Andy. He liked me a lot that day, so.
He became your favorite new friends.
All right, so is there any other further discussion or questions about the interlocal agreement?
Make a motion.
Yeah, you
that
wanna
we
do-
accept the interlocal agreement.
Okay. do I have a second?
Second, that.
Seconded by Tor. And I'll just add that this is kind of one of these things that we've been trying to do for many, many years, get an actual agreement on the books that everyone can reference and look at. Now we all know where it is. I
I-
always said that if it was somewhere, we could never find it, so.
I had to keep reading the first paragraph where they're referencing, January 24th, 1972.
Yeah.
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 At any rate. Great, all those in favor of approving the field hearing is good. All right, passes 5-0.
They will be happy to put this in the vault.
Yeah, this will be great. Without exhibit A. All right, and then moving on to 7.2. Approval of agreement with the town of Damascotta for town planner services. This is a pretty exciting thing too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tap you and maybe we got a representative from Damascotta here, maybe. we can hear from them.
sure.
Lead us into this.
Okay, so essentially this is taking over the contract that originally was between the town of Damascotta and the town of Boothbay. That contract has ceased to exist, so we're hoping to take on this contract with all of the language to stay the same, as well as the previously agreed on salary amount. It is within our previously adopted budget already for the remainder of the year. We had passed 55,000 for planning services and split between the town will be within that, between our new McCog contract for comprehensive planning services and the joint town planner. She would be in our office 2 days a week. We're going to make an office out of our map room for her. And she'll be in Damascotta 2 days a week. And then Fridays, she'll swap off what days she's working for the town. For Newcastle, it makes the most sense for her to work from home. on that day. She lives in Saco. We're open half days. Damerscotta's not open on Fridays, so most of her work she can do virtually. Anyway, but she will be available in town office Monday, Wednesday. Correct? Yep. And
Depending on when planning board.
right. And then she'll go to all of our planning board meetings. In addition,
Cool.
be the staff person for them.
Awesome.
We didn't envision it being quite this easy when we were talking about
know.
it in budget season. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, especially combined with the interlocal, I think the opportunities to collaborate with our neighbors.
Yes.
Is something that is critical and we've been looking forward to for a long time. Yeah, so this is really great. I mean, we've been saying how much we need more planning services and be able to collaborate with Damerscotta is great. I think it's
best.
really what we need.
I think it's, personally, it's kind of been the thing I've always thought about planning services, but it just didn't really seem like it was gonna be something that was gonna happen. So, it's really awesome what's happening and that. We're both Damerscotta and Newcastle are gonna get more bang for their buck because the person who's splitting their time up there in our community, they're in, Damerscotta, and they're so much the same community. It's a bridge that divides us, but it is a really, cohesive community. So I'm really excited that we're working together with Damerscotta on this. Yeah, very excited to get this ball moving.
So excuse the planner's name is
Isabel.
Isabel. And so what's the plan moving forward from tonight?
I believe she needed to give a certain amount of times notice with Booth Bay Harbor. She'll begin in Newcastle mid-October, I believe. Correct, Andy? Or as early as October 1st,
So next week. even.
next week. Yep.
Awesome. All
So
right.
we're working on
Sooner
setting
the
up her
better, yeah.
office now.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, and get started right away.
Yeah.
With the planning board, comp plan edits, that's a big to do, making sure that we are compliant with shoreline zoning changes in that ordinance, timber harvesting, all of these things we've been saying. we need to-
To pay attention.
Actually, the ability to get at these things is great.
Right,
Well, thanks, Andy, and thank you, Sharon.
yeah, thank you.
Andy, do you have any questions for us about this or anything you want to hit on? You want to just, we're all in the same room. We can hash out anything we want. Right
Yeah.
now, so.
I don't have any questions, just echoing what you all were saying. I know our board set it as a goal last year to find a way to work with Newcastle, so I think they're looking forward to the opportunity. It does make a lot of sense to share the planning services, like as you were saying, because there's so many things that we go through at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of construction projects coming up in the near term, so
Mhm.
a lot of development pressures. So there's a lot of things like we modeled similarly or working together. I think it's going to be really good relationship.
Thanks.
It's
Thank you
exciting.
very much, Andy. All right, do I have a motion to approve the interlocal agreement? with the town of
Yes, I
Newcastle
want to move that.
Dam Strata Planning Services?
I think Rob would like to second that one.
Tor moved it. Do I have a second?
Oh, no, right there, right
I
there,
don't know
right
if I
there.
I don't know if I see a second.
No,
Oh,
no.
Rob. You said Rob seconded. Is there any further discussion around this item?
Good.
Once going twice.
You guys look, I want to see you look super
All
excited
those
here.
in favor? All right, passes 5-0.
All right.
All right, moving on to authorization for property abatements. And this is, these are just things that Jim has come up with over the year.
Should we let
Yes.
Andy go? I'm not sure if he wants to
Yeah.
hang out for our abatements. Yeah, okay.
Yep, a number of corrections that need to be made. Two different sheets here. One is a total of $3,833.49 between 6 different accounts. And one is a correction of the total is $3,000 or $3,060 with one account.
That was for
year to
prior.
date.
tax year.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Okay.
So looking for approval for both of those, or if you wanted to separate, them, that's possible.
So,
I'll just make a motion to approve. They can vote together.
He details
We
the
can-
reasons for each individual correction on
Yep.
the sheet. If there are any questions about that, I can.
so do I have a motion to
I already did it.
approve the abatements? Account number RE 1206, RE 1332, RE 1333, RE 1334, PP 237, and RE 1206 for a total amount of
Skip. The bottom one,
Oh.
bottom one.
RE 949 for a total tax abatement $6,893.
Yes.
Moved by Karen, seconded by Rob. Any other further discussion on this or questions? If anyone wants to go through, this is one of those times when it's good sometimes to go in and talk to Jim, and he's great at explaining all how abatements work, and he will tell you more information than you really want to know, but he does it really well, and I.
Well, and if there's an error, he'll correct it.
He'll correct it, so.
That's what we're doing.
So that's all this is. Correct. All right,
Cool.
all those in favor? All right, passes 5-0. All right, moving on to item 8, the town manager's report.
Right, we still have one Board of Appeals vacancy, expiration date, June 30, 2023. Let us know at town hall if you know of anyone that may be interested in serving. We don't have any pending agenda items for the Board of Appeals, but we need to have a fully locked and loaded board in case there is a need. Our next select board meeting, we talked about this last time, but just a reminder that we're pushing it up to be held next Monday, October 3rd. We're canceling it on the 10th, in observance of Indigenous Peoples' Day. Biannual tax payments are due Monday, October 3rd. That's next Monday, so they can be mailed or dropped off at town hall in person. I accidentally left are due in bold, but that was not on purpose.
Can people bring them to the select board meeting that night or no? We gotta be at 5 o'clock.
That's not a thing, is it? Is that a thing?
No.
No.
It's, you know.
Maybe a thing
grand-
for one person.
I might bring mine, I don't know.
I think you'll be late.
Yeah, you'll be late by close of business.
Right.
Absentee ballot requests for the November 8th election are due November 3rd by close of business. You can request a ballot online. There's a link on the town's website. It leads you to the state's absentee ballot request platform. Alternatively, you can visit town hall during regular business hours. Town offices are closed October 10th in observance of Indigenous Peoples' Day, and we're closed October 11th and 12th. We have election training that all of our staff has to go to. So we won't have any county staff.
Nice.
That's that.
All right. Very much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Did anyone have any questions about that? Sarah? All right, now, I have a motion to approve town warrant for $187,121.12.
Sure.
Moved by Rob, seconded by Karen. Any discussion on that?
Still haven't seen the Noblesboro porta potty request, but
Yeah.
I think that they should be picked. Maybe they're just waiting until the end of the season. I didn't check since I got back from North Carolina, but they were there when I left. So maybe it's just when they picked up, they get the final bill or something. So wait and see what happens.
And we'll have a warrant at our next meeting as well, whatever we have, but there will be a gap. So we'll be potentially utilizing our policy for paying ahead if there are any bills that would be late by having to wait until October 24th for our next select board meeting, just so you all. And then they'll be on that next warrant for approval. So if there are any questions or things that are already, just let me know.
Right. All those in favor, approving the town warrant? All right, passes 5-0. And do we have to, we don't have to go into executive session?
No, nope.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Oh, look at you.
Moved
Yeah.
Moved.
the Tom.
by Tom, seconded by Rob. All those in favor? Passes 5-0.
21 minutes. Look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice work.
And there was stuff on the agenda.